Good
Good
morning.
morning.
It is Tuesday. It is June 30th. It's the last day of June. Wait, is there 31st?
It,
Nope.
there,
Last day of
guys,
June.
tomorrow it's July. Like, what?
Because July comes after June 30th.
I
Yeah,
mean,
sound analysis team. Yes.
I'm
I
in
know we're halfway
shock.
through the year, halfway through
Yeah.
2020. Boy, we could be a little bit further along. That'd be nice. 2020 ain't turning out like what we thought it would. So when that Happy New Year came, when that ball dropped, we're wearing all those 2020 goggles, drinking our champagne.
We thought
Oh,
this
Y'all thought.
we
Y'all
thought it would
thought.
go a little differently, but we are grateful to be here.
yes, that is true. Certainly is. Let's talk about your weather. Yesterday, heat indices at O'Hare reached 102. That's the temperatures mixed with the humidity. It's going to be another hot one today, and the humidity is still here, and you can kind of see it downtown. Some cloud cover. It's sunny by me, and as you zoom out, there we go. You can see it is. We do have some blue sky. It's just that haziness, and as we look at downtown and zoom in a little bit on Grand Park, you can just see it's just kind of a hazy, humid day. Still have a chance for pop-up thunderstorms across the area today. I don't think the heat indices will be quite as high as yesterday. I think our high temperature will top out in the upper 80s, maybe to the low 90s again. We got to 92 yesterday, but it's going to be muggy throughout the entire day. And the storms, I think, will be a little bit more scattered, a little bit more isolated today, but we can't rule them out, especially in the afternoon hours. A lot of juice in the atmosphere, so that's what's going to refire these storms. Let's look at the next 7 days. We are in a heat bubble, and we will be here for a while. The changes from tomorrow to Thursday, we switch from low pressure to high pressure. And what that means is instead of moist air around the area, we're going to have dry, high pressure air, which means that even though it gets warmer, it's going to feel better for the weekend. And I honestly think that the best chance for dry weather is Friday or Saturday. So that's really well timed out for the 4th of July weekend. I don't think we're going to see thunderstorms Friday or Saturday, and it won't be as humid. The humidity returns, though, into early next week. And all I can say for Monday, where I'm looking at a 95 with humidity, oof.
Yeah, I think that sums up our sentiments exactly.
For sure.
Thanks a lot, John. Well, more than 6 months after he was fired, Chicago officials released the body cam footage from the night former superintendent Eddie Johnson was found asleep in his car. We've got Brandon Pope. He's joining us this morning with all the details. Here, Brandon, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. So the city of Chicago released video and documents from that Eddie Johnson case. The body cam video released shows the former superintendent was indeed asleep at the wheel of his SUV back in October 2019. We don't yet know exactly whether he was drunk at the wheel or not. The officer in the video, he asked Eddie Johnson, "Are you still sitting here, or do you want to go home?" Johnson says he's good, and the officer tells him, "All right, have a good night." There was no sobriety test, and he dismissed him right away, which is where a lot of controversy came up because people feel like that's special treatment. Johnson later called for his own case to be investigated. He told reporters that he decided to park his car right there because he felt like his blood pressure was rising and thought he was having some sort of reaction or getting sick from missing a dose of his new medication that he was taking. He was later fired from his post by Mayor Lori Lightfoot in December. She said he lied about the incident and intentionally misled her and the public. And there's still lots we don't know after watching this video. The Inspector General's report findings should tell us more. We're not sure when we're going to see those come out, but the video people really want to see about this is the footage from Ceres, the bar where Johnson reportedly had a few and was in the company of a woman that was not his wife. That's where a lot of the juicy details started to really come out. And the video I thought we were going to see when I saw that email come out. And of course, the timing of this information drop, it's already being criticized. The city has dealt with some deadly violence, children killed over the past few weeks. And we head into 4th of July weekend, which has traditionally been where violence spikes. So people feel like this is kind of a unnecessary distraction when we should be focusing on violence efforts. But the conversation will rage on with Eddie Johnson.
You mentioned that timing. It is interesting that it comes after the weekend. Normally, this would be a news dump. What a perfect night Thursday would have been before the 4th of July holiday. The fact that it was moved up to Monday does make me scratch my head. I got to ask, though, guys, when you watch it, and I watched it a couple times, I know that he should have had a field sobriety test. I know that they should have followed it to the letter of the law. I'm just trying to put myself in the officer's shoes who sees his boss there.
Holy moly!
What do you do? I know we would say, oh, we would do the right thing, but in the reality of it,
Yeah.
at the end is a tough call for an officer with his boss right there.
I think those officers did what any of us would have done, especially because it was just like a block or two from the superintendent's home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably going to watch him actually get to his home and put the car up. I think
That's a good point, John.
what an incredible experience, to say the least.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are out there just like, oh, yeah, you got to do it. You got to follow the letter of the law. And I agree that in the most
Which you
should,
do, right?
but it's really hard. You get his ID and it's your boss. I don't know. So I think he was rightfully fired for lying about it and everything that came from there. It'll be interesting to see because they haven't released the IG report, right, Brandon? They're still holding off on that.
IG report's not out yet. I think the IG report's going to give us a few more details and clear up some misconceptions, and hopefully some more video comes out too. Because, like I said, I want to see series. I want to see what happens.
Yeah,
I want to see the course of the night.
I mean, his career had to be punctuated like that.
That video isn't anything that we didn't know. You could have imagined it. You know what I mean? So I'm not as like amazed or surprised by the video as much as I kind of wish I would have been. But Brandon, thank you so much for that update. Of course, keep us posted if anything else comes out later on this week. All right, guys, let's hit on the next news story for the day.
We're actually going to move on to our guest here, Deanna. The Chicago Park District.
Yes.
Yep, the Chicago Park District has a team out on the front lines, making sure people keep their distance in the newly reopened parks. And here to tell us more is Sam Jordan, one of the Parks District's social distancing ambassadors. He's distant from the camera right now. He's got the mask on. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Great. So what is your job? Tell us about what a social distancing ambassador does along Lakeshore Drive.
Okay, so the Social Distancing Ambassador Program is a group of about 300 lifeguards right now that are currently spread out across the lakefront. And our purpose here is to be a positive and friendly face and to educate our visitors here that are visiting the lakefront and our trails about why it's important to, follow CDC guidelines and practice social distancing and wearing these facial coverings.
What do you think? How do you think this will go, or how do you think this will end up helping the citizens of Chicago?
Well, the education part, I believe, is key to explain, why it's important. We know everyone is ready to get back to going out to the beaches and being outside, but we need to, help everyone understand why it's important that right now to take a pause and, listen to the healthcare professionals and officials on, why right now we're not out.
Now, Sam, the mayor absolutely said that she didn't want to arrest anyone. She didn't want to fine anyone. Again, like you said, that education aspect of everything. But how are you all equipped to deal with altercations or complications when it comes to someone saying like, nah, chill?
Right. So, when we approach a visitor, we just explain to them why they shouldn't be going into the water, but we're not going to engage in any conflicts. All of our ambassadors have been trained, to just walk away in dangerous situations, report those to Chicago Park District Security and to the Chicago Police Department. But we are doing our best out here. We get flooded on these hot days with so many people that are coming out trying to visit the lake. And we do the best we can to, inform them of why it's not safe just yet. We don't have any lifeguards on duty anywhere in the city of Chicago. So right now it's just not safe to go into the water.
Sam, I really want to give you one of those construction slowdown sites and tell people on Lakeshore Drive to ease off a bit. They're zooming past.
Right. Yeah, I'm right here on the lakefront trail. So we get a lot of people that are running, walking, and biking. For the most part, people are wearing their masks and they are complying with these social distancing rules. And they're just out enjoying the lakefront right now.
Also, I think everyone's going to be listening to Sam Jordan. They are not going to play around with him. He is not going to have that problem. We're going to need to call for backup.
Sam, I think you touched on this. It's almost like a polite reminder, right? Like I think that a lot of people know the rules, and maybe they just, when we go for a walk, when we're with a couple friends, you start to forget what's happening in the world. Even just seeing someone in that shirt, someone in a mask, it's just a visual cue to go, oh, that's right. Here's what we need to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So our ambassadors, we use the acronym PEER, PEER. So we are out here to promote safe behaviors. And then E is to educate why it's important to wear face masks and practice social distancing. And then the other E is to be an example. So we are examples of what social distancing and wearing face masks looks like, safe behaviors and practices. And then we're here to report any groups of, large groups and any unsafe behaviors so that we can get an idea of where hotspots are here in the city of Chicago, that we might need to have more educators, more social distancing ambassadors come out to.
I'd give you a high five, Sam, but that's against the rules. Good luck out there.
Yeah,
there we go. Everybody, Felicia, let's get an elbow.
It's a bow.
All right.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks,
All right,
Sam.
thank you.
For more information on the Park District social ambassadors, check them out on social media or head to chicagoparkdistrict.com. I couldn't believe on Twitter some people rallying against where are we getting the money? This is it's something to do. It's a good job for some people. It's outdoors, and it is a good reminder of us as we try to continue to lower the spread, stop the spread.
On top of the reminder, they're trying to keep you safe.
Exactly.
And crying out loud.
Ugh.
But I thought it was kind of flip-flopping with the lifeguards. So it's like, okay, we're not spending the money on lifeguards, so we're spending the money on this. So you don't have to worry about that. Just focus on the safety aspect.
Hey, before we wrap up, we did have some breaking news right before we went on. Carl Reiner, who is a 98-year-old entertainer. He was on the Dick Van Dyke Show. He did pass away. He won 9 Emmys over 7 decades, 400 credits to his name. Really incredible, funny man. He's been in everything. You've probably seen him. Unfortunately, he passed away this morning. So, yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. You guys, we're going to continue some of these important conversations coming up at 11 a.m. on The Jam. We're going to be speaking with Kayla Ibanez. Today is Social Media Day. She's a Chicago mom. She's a businesswoman, and she's going to be talking about what Instagram and business strategists for network marketers, what they should be doing to step their game up.
I can't wait to talk to the people on the water taxi.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all know I love a good water taxi.
You love a water taxi.
Well, we're going to talk with the folks from Chicago Water Taxi and Wendella Tour and Cruises.
Absolutely. That and much more.